Hello everybody, Ragtag Sagvi here. Welcome to the next episode. In this episode we're doing the Battle of Jangai. Or Junai, however you say it. Send your army to Janai and defeat Wu. Convince the enemy officers to defect and turn the battle into your favor. This one has a hypothetical objective, which in this case this is a hypothetical route to begin with, but basically the bonus objective is that we convince five supporters to surrender, then there won't be any reinforcements arriving for the next stage. Anyway, let's hop right into it. Alright, we have access to Sang Lao, Cao Wenji, Sang He, and Dion Wei. I think you can guess who we're playing for this stage. The weapons I have equipped to her is the Royal Harp and the Combat Harp. And as you can probably guess, her weapon is called the Harp. Let's go into battle.
Let us play a beautiful melody to welcome our new future.
That's kind of fitting since we're in the hypothetical. Let's see what everybody has to say. Alright, how about I plant a portrait? Plant? Let me plant a portrait of Guandai. No, that does not make any sense. Wow, I cannot read paint. Let's paint a portrait of Guodai. I may not look it, but I'm quite the artist. Can't believe it. Let's plant a portrait. Jesus Christ. What, if we plant a portrait in the ground, what, is it gonna grow in the trees and make more portraits? Oh, I can't believe I stuffed that up royally. Master Guodai was excellent at Chibi. We will never lose another battle with him on our side. Lord Cao Cao trusts Guodai independently. Including his performance at Chibi, he's truly the greatest strategist. Oh, you're the one I can speak to. Lady Cao Enji is the daughter of a high-class family man. Though certain circumstances, she came to follow Lord Cao Cao. They say she is gifted in both acrobatics and music. Wish well-bred people sure are different. At least I think it's alphabetics for that word. Let me show you something. Wow, I can't read today. Let me tell you something about Lord Cao Cao. He loves lavish buildings. He once made a sparrow out of copper and placed it on a building. I never expect that just by looking at him. A sparrow made out of copper. That would actually be very interesting to see. Let us support Lord Sang He with our dance the way we did in Jiling, and with elegance. The outcome of this war was decided in Chibi. Their continued resistance is just pitiful to watch. They should at least be grateful in their defeat. I'll make sure they go out in a blaze of glory. Lord Sang Lao is a modeled warrior. It's an honor to serve him. These are the only... There are only some officers that... The rest have already left for the battle. Wu won't last very long against a large army like this. There are still some noteworthy warriors on Wu's side. I hope to get to face one in this battle. Lord Cao Pi, Xiahou Dun, and Xiahou Yuan are all at Cheling while our lord is away. Wu is divided whether to fight at Chibi and there are those who oppose going to battle. After their defeat, there are sure to be many people unhappy with Wu. This is our chance to force them into submission. Our lord's safety is guaranteed. With Master Danwei around, we cannot let anything happen to him. I can't imagine what would happen if I can't imagine what it would be like if something happened to our lord. Everything would be lost. The winds have been non-stop since Chibi. The commander's might cannot be halted. This battle is in the bag, too. I'm ready to go out and enjoy myself out there. Let me see. Oh, I missed this dude. Although the members of Wu were divided in their decision to fight us, they ultimately chose to go to war. As a result, Sun Quan's army was defeated, and those who opposed going to war were proven correct. Alright, let's speak to Cao Cao and Guandai and start this battle. Guandai, how will we bring down Jingling? We've won a great victory against Wu at Chibi, and we managed to greatly reduce their military strength. As a result, Wu has been divided into two camps. There are those who want to fight and those who want to surrender. We should approach those who would want to surrender. If it goes well, we may be able to convince them to fight with us. But small forces tend to use surprise attacks and traps. We must be cautious for such things as we move forward. As they say, a cornered rat will bite a cat. We must not let our guard down. Understood. If something does happen, we need you to think of a plan. Well then, let's go. The age of Wu ends here.
Now, let us put the pressure on the Wu forces inside the castle. Split into two and head towards the main gate. Master Zhang He, you and Lady Zhen Ji shall seize the southern side. Master Zhang Liao and Master Dian Wei will advance from the west.
We are going in this direction.
We can bring an end to this chaos. But we must give our all to ensure that goal is realized.
So I love that her weapon is a harp.
To bring beauty to the battlefield. Allow me to demonstrate by seizing glorious victory. Yes,
sang he. Yeah, I love that her weapon is a harp. I am sad she lost this weapon in 9. Because the harp actually fits her character pretty well. Do 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 do.
Perfect timing. I was looking for an opportunity to test my new tactics.
Yeah, so for the supporters, I don't know if they ever get marked, but it's pretty much defeat every officer you can find. I believe most of the supporters don't actively take part in the battle. I think you have to actively seek them out. Although I believe most of them, if not all of them, are in the center portion of the map where the Wei forces will recruit.
They are bound to emerge sooner or later.
capture the nearby bases, we can force that garrison to come out.
I enjoy just watching you out there.
So let's go capture the garrison so we can force the enemy hiding in that castle to come out. Die to the power of music!
This light is a ray of hope.
Now her Muso right there, I think that's one of the few Musos that can heal ally officers.
Reviewing my strategy.
I think.
May my requiem accompany you on the journey to the afterlife.
I know certain characters in this game Muso attacks can heal allies if they're near them, and I think that's one of the healing Musos, is that attack does damage to nearby enemies, but heals nearby officers. Officers if they're on your side. Which can be very useful in higher difficulties if you're rushing to save somebody's ass. And you want to pop the Musos, that way you can heal them, so that way they don't, you know, die as soon as you get there.
Be gone from my sight.
The gates have opened, now let's go in there and attack.
It looks as though the gates have opened. It is time to take this castle as our own.
Your skills are simply magnificent.
Thank you. Close the gates.
They decided to make for the castle, have they? Unfortunately for them, it won't be as simple as they think.
That defeat at Chibi left a bitter taste in my mouth. I won't let it happen again. You'll never take this castle from us.
Yeah, about that. I pretty much am gonna take this castle from you.
This melody is for the next generation. It is unfortunate we fell for the enemy's trap. We must do what we can to get out of this situation.
Are you
Ow.
face me?
The enemy's here.
Let's defeat you with music.
It's our turn to beat them senseless.
Be gone from my sight.
You're badly mistaken if you think we're gonna let you take us down again. Get ready to have the tables turned on you.
Alright, let's head for the center.
Hide this area in the name of our forces.
Come to me, my horse. My very, very slow horse.
That was an impressive effort. I enjoy just watching you out there.
Defeat you with music. You know, now that I think about it, it's like, that would have to be a very embarrassing way to, like, if this was like real life, this would have to be a very way to die. It's like you go to the afterlife and be like, oh, you died on the battlefield. How did you die? It's like, oh, I had this woman come up to me and play music from her harp. Just the mere sound of her harp was enough to kill me. It's like, that would be an embarrassing way to die when you think about it.
I'm pulling back for now.
Out of this was real life.
On the journey to the afterlife.
Still, very fun weapon. If I remember, didn't Sheik from in Hyrule Warriors use a harp? I remember that. Okay, I swear I'm hearing something. I remember that being a fun playstyle in Hyrule Warriors.
Sun Quan is carrying out the will of our father before him. I don't intend to let you get in his way.
I refuse to allow the ambition of 3 generations of the family to fall here. I will stop at nothing to help realize it.
Let's deal with these guys.
We can win this battle by attacking the enemy all at once. Victory will soon be ours.
Please, forgive my ineptitude. However, I am grateful that you came to help me.
It's alright, Shu. Yushu. Come, horse. Let's ride on over. Wow, they're actually actively kicking their ass. Cause Sung Cheng is taking a lot of damage.
Still, I can't afford to let down my guard.
The clamor of this chaos makes me feel nothing but sadness. I will take to the battlefield in order to silence it. I shall
Come to fight me?
future.
Then come and get some.
You performed great as always. There was no need for my...
Oh! Get out of the way! I got caught in the tail end of his Muso.
I am
Yeah, enemy officers can use their Musos, by the way.
meet again.
I think they rarely do it on lower difficulties, but in higher difficulties, I know for a fact they love to spam it whenever possible.
Slay Sun Quan.
Please be gone.
Jiangong is our own.
I told them it was a bad idea to fight at Chibi. Master Cao Cao, I am going over to your side.
So the supporters are hiding in the base.
It seems that one of Wu's most loyal members has defected to our side. I suspect them.
Matter of fact, I think they place that guy when you
We can
first come in
persuade
there
them
to
come
actually
over
teach
to
you
our
this.
side. I believe it will have a detrimental effect on the enemy morale.
Okay, so they do mark off the positions of the supporters.
You performed great as always.
I thought you had to find them.
No need for my strategy.
Now's the time. Close all of Jianye Castle's gates.
Only friends are allowed from this point on. Make sure no one else comes in.
Cao Cao, is this Cao Cao? How do you say her
Seems
name?
that our forces have been divided. At this rate, our main camp could be in danger.
This light is a ray
Our
of...
first course of action is to force open their gates. After that, we can take down the enemies attacking the main camp.
Here we go.
I told everybody not to fight, but our Lord carried on regardless. I always knew it was a losing cause. Please, let me join you.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how you say her name. It's like, is it so...
Could you please lend me a hand?
I'm gonna have to look up her name because she's like one of the few Dynasty Warrior characters I cannot remember the goddamn name of.
Please, forgive me.
Your skills are
There's Cao Cao.
Prepare yourself to face me in battle. You're too strong. I'm not ready to face you yet.
May my requiem accompany you on a journey to the afterlife.
I forgot she says that. Like, made my song. And of course, nobody's gonna deal with our main camp, so I'm gonna have to ride all the way there. Now, I trying to remember. I know they can take on the enemy officers on their own. It's just like, don't know if they can make any of the supporters defect. I forget if they have to be defeated by you specifically. I know one. I know the one in like the corner. Oh yeah, they can defeat the officers. They just defeated Lu Shu.
We lack sufficient strength to oppose you. I surrender to your good grace.
Okay, they can defect. Is I know for a fact one of them is placed in a corner
I shall be your...
where the army will not encounter the dude.
Hey, let's see how you like this.
Well, it seems
Main camp
we
is
warded off
safe.
the enemy ambush. Let's return to Jianye Castle and resume our advance.
On it, Guodai.
You're doing really good. Great even.
Thank you. Wish you can change horses in the story. Cause the basic standard horse for most characters is slow as. Defeat Lufan. And the ballisties have stopped.
What was that? Something just came flying out of the floor.
There's traps in the castle. I doubt we're gonna see them.
We shall redeem ourselves from the
So yeah, so make a hard turn here.
way will find themselves buried.
Because one of the supporters is over here. He's the only supporter, I believe, that is not in your direct path, and the AI will not go after him.
Quickly in order to put a stop to them.
Alright, let's see if we can catch up with the main force. So yeah, that one guy there, because he's not placed directly in your path, you can very easily miss him. Because the door that leads to him is locked, so you have to go around, and the AI doesn't go after him. So there's spikes in the floor. If you actually look at the floor, you can tell what spots are safe and what ones actually are hiding the spikes.
Stop and face me, there. My fighting spirit burns brightly.
Try again.
And ow! Alright, I was just getting comboed by the spikes. Traps have been neutralized.
I shall someday repay this disgrace in kind.
May my requiem accompany you on the journey to the afterlife.
Oh yeah. Technically there's two guys, because the AI immediately starts climbing up to climbing up the castle. This guy is also in a corner where the AI will not encounter him.
My only wish is for peace across the land. If Cao Cao is the one to calm the raging seas of the times, then I shall join him.
Good, he's on our side.
We have obtained the service of some of the most faithful retainers of Wu. This will be a great blow to Sun Quan.
Yep.
Oh, you've come to help. You've saved me. I shall fight you.
I shall illuminate
Take you out.
the future.
Good. Oh, so twice survived, but one melody and goodbye.
May my requiem accompany you.
Let's go speak with Sun Quan.
You performed great as always.
So there he is.
No need for my strategy.
I can't believe so many of my trusted retainers have joined Cao Cao. Perhaps this is of my own doing. You have defeated me, Cao Cao. I hereby surrender to Wei.
Wu has surrendered, and we have control of Jiangdong. Once I defeat Liu Bei, my path of conquest will be realized.
Yep, so if you go and convince the supporters to defect to your side, Sun Quan just gives up when you approach him. If you did not defeat all the supporters, he will actively fight you. But if you do the bonus objective and get all the supporters, he just gives up. So anyway, that's the end of that battle. So in the next battle, we are going to be doing the uprising of Chu Chan. If you enjoyed this episode, do like the video, it helps tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts on that battle. Make sure to share the video so that way more people can discover my content and help the channel grow. And I'll see you in the next episode for this battle. Later.